I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Project MKUltra. According to Wikipedia, quote, during the early 1940s, Nazi scientists working in the concentration camps of Auschwitz and Dachau conducted interrogation experiments on human subjects. Substances such as barbiturates, morphine derivatives, and hallucinogens, such as mescaline, were employed in experiments conducted on Polish, Czech, Jewish, Soviet, and other nationalities' prisoners of war, which aimed to develop a truth serum, which would, in the words of one laboratory assistant to Dachau scientist Kurt Plotner, quote, eliminate the will of the person examined, end quote. American historian Stephen Kinzer argues that the CIA project was a, quote, continuation of these earlier Nazi experiments, citing the numerous German scientists who were hired to work for the U.S. as part of Operation Paperclip. American interest in drug-related interrogation experiments began in 1943, when the Office of Strategic Services began developing a, quote, truth drug, end quote, that would produce, quote, uninhibited truthfulness, end quote, in an interrogated person. In 1947, the United States Navy initiated Project Chatter, an interrogation program which saw the first testing of LSD on human subjects. In 1950, the Central Intelligence Agency, under the direction of General Walter Bedell Smith, initiated a series of interrogation projects involving human subjects, beginning the launch of Project Bluebird, officially renamed Project Artichoke, on August 20, 1951. Directed and overseen by Brigadier General Paul F. Gaynor, the objective of Artichoke was to determine whether an individual could be made to involuntarily perform an act of attempted assassination. Morphine, mescaline, and LSD were all administered on unknowing CIA agents in an attempt to produce amnesia in the subjects. In addition, Project Artichoke aimed to employ certain viruses such as dengue fever as potential incapacitating agents. The project was headed by Sidney Gottlieb, but began on the order of CIA Director Allen Dulles on April 13, 1953. Its aim was to develop mind-controlling drugs for use against the Soviet bloc in response to alleged Soviet, Chinese, and North Korean use of mind control techniques on U.S. prisoners of war during the Korean War. The CIA wanted to use similar methods on their own captives and was interested in manipulating foreign leaders with such techniques, devising several schemes to drug Fidel Castro. It often conducted experiments without the subject's knowledge or consent. In some cases, academic researchers were funded through grants from CIA front organizations, but were unaware that the CIA was using their work for these purposes. The project attempted to produce a perfect truth drug for interrogating suspected Soviet spies during the Cold War, and to explore other possibilities of mind control. Subproject 54 was the Navy's top-secret, quote, perfect concussion, end quote, program, which was supposed to use subaural frequency blasts to erase memory. The program was never carried out. Most MKUltra records were destroyed in 1973 by the order of CIA Director Richard Helms, so it has been difficult for investigators to gain a complete understanding of the more than 150 funded research subprojects sponsored by MKUltra and related CIA programs. The project began during a period of what English journalist Rupert Cornwell described as, quote, paranoia at the CIA, when the U.S. had lost its nuclear monopoly and fear of communism was at its height. CIA counterintelligence chief James Jesus Angleton believed that a mole had penetrated the organization at the highest levels. The agency poured millions of dollars into studies examining ways to influence and control the mind, and enhance its ability to extract information from resistant subjects during interrogation. Some historians assert that one goal of MKUltra and related CIA projects was to create a Manchurian Candidate-style subject. American historian Alfred W. McCoy has claimed that the CIA attempted to focus media attention on these sorts of ridiculous programs so that the public would not look at the research's primary goal, which was effective methods of interrogation. In 1976, Church Committee report found that, in the MK Delta program, quote, drugs were used primarily as an aid to interrogations, but MK Ultra and MK Delta materials were also used for harassment, discrediting, or disabling purposes. CIA documents suggest that they investigated, quote, chemical, biological, and radiological, end quote, methods of mind control as part of MK Ultra. They spent an estimated $10 million, or more, roughly $87.5 million adjusted for inflation. During a hearing done by the Senate Health Subcommittee, a testimony by the Deputy Director of the CIA stated that over 30 institutions and universities were involved in the experimentation program of testing drugs on unknown citizens, quote, at all social levels, high and low, Native Americans and foreign, end quote. Several of these tests involved the issuing of LSD to unaware subjects in social situations. The Army was subject to the testing of LSD, which occurred in 3 phases. The first phase included over 1,000 American soldiers who willingly volunteered for testing of chemical warfare experiments. Phase 2 had 96 volunteers who were induced with LSD in evaluation of the possibility of intelligence uses of the drug. The third phase included projects Third Chance and Derby Hat, which conducted experiments on 16 unwitting, non-volunteer subjects that after receiving LSD were interrogated as part of Operation Field Tests. Another technique investigated was the intravenous administration of a barbiturate in one arm and an amphetamine in the other. The barbiturates were released into the person first, and as soon as the person began to fall asleep, the amphetamines were released. Other experiments involved heroin, morphine, temazepam, used under the codename MK Search, mescaline, psilocybin, scopolamine, alcohol, and sodium pentothal. Declassified MK Ultra documents indicate they studied hypnosis in the early 1950s. Experimental goals included creating, quote, hypnotically induced anxieties, quote, hypnotically increased ability to learn and recall complex written matter, end quote, studying hypnosis and polygraph examinations, quote, hypnotically increasing ability to observe and recall complex arrangements of physical objects, end quote, and studying, quote, relationship of personality to susceptibility to hypnosis, end quote. They conducted experiments with drug-induced hypnosis and with anterograde and retrograde amnesia while under the influence of such drugs. After retiring in 1972, Gottlieb dismissed his entire effort for the CIA's MK Ultra program as useless. Files discovered in 1977 containing 700 pages of new information showed that experiments had continued until Gottlieb ordered the program halted on July 10, 1972.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow, call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love, still gonna try, I won't give up, still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. memories, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory bad enough to get a C. They'd rather just go leave it be. And oh, this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret. Cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.